Hey guys, so we're gonna be doing another episode of Taco Imposters. I okay, this is the first episode I'm gonna be recording on an actual legit microphone because I just bought one and I like it a lot. It's I couldn't get it running on my laptop, so I had to pull out like an old laptop and it works because it didn't have a sound port. So this is no, it didn't have a microphone input. So I was like, oh, it's not working, it doesn't work, and then I oh, you have it like running better. Like we need a microphone port. So I was like, oh okay, but it's not bad. So yeah, what's it called? It's a newer NW700. I like the mic so far. What I could grasp of what I've got. So so what I could grasp of what I got, it's not too horrible. What I can hear, it's not horrible. So I don't know. I mean, I need a lot of equipment. I'm thinking of getting like a mixer next, so I can mix all the stuff like live. So I don't have to worry about like, oh well, it's not gonna work because blah 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 blah, blah whatever. This thing's not working, so it's pretty good. So yeah, again, don't really know what to talk about, but we'll figure something out. Something out. The I was just thinking like, cause I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about the Disney streaming service, and I don't know if I'd get that streaming service because I don't have streaming services to begin with, so it's not like I need another streaming service. Like I'm like, oh, I need a streaming service. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, because like I don't have Netflix. I never have had Netflix, and to me, it's like, well, do you need Netflix? Not really, but I mean, Netflix is good. It's just I've used Netflix before. That's the thing. I've used it before. It's just never really been like, oh, I need Netflix. Netflix. Oh, now I need to buy Netflix. It'll be great. No, I don't need to buy Netflix. No, but I like it. That's the thing. I'm one of those people who I see the point of these streaming services. I just don't see personally why I would need one. I'd be like, do I need one? Not really. So with this one, it's like, but from what they're offering, oh, it's really tempting because it's a lot of things like every Pixar movie, but this is only within the first year. So the first year they're going to slowly give you every Pixar movie. It's like, okay, sure, and then they have from day one they have every single Disney movie. No, it can't be every single Disney movie because if you think about it, right? Then you have the one where what's the one called? Let me check. It's called. Give me this. It's called the one with the black guy, with the really racist one. The that's been like destroyed or whatever. They're like, no, we're destroying this. Disney racist movie. It was called Song of the South. That's what it's called. Sorry, speaks Song of the South. That's what it's called. And like, you can still find it somewhere because like copies of the movie exist or something. I'm not 100% sure how that really works, to be honest with you. But I believe it works. Like, somebody has copies of that movie somewhere. I'm sure Disney has at least one copy of it, right? Just because they're like, well, we need to have everything for like things like this, where like, oh well, I want to put it on a streaming service because you know what happened there, right? They do the whole thing, the same thing as like the Tom and Jerry cartoons or like the Looney Tunes cartoons, and then go, well, we can't not get rid of we can't get rid of this because that would just make us look bad, right? But we can't keep it in its original form, so we have to put something in front of it. So in the Looney Tunes cartoons, a lot of them will be Whoopi Goldberg comes on and goes, look, we can't, we're not going to destroy them, but we do have to acknowledge the fact that this is like ridiculously like so racist, like just really really racist, like racist up the wazoo, just like, oh wow, okay. So like, so they're probably gonna have to do something like that in front of the movie if they ever put something like that out, where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to acknowledge the fact that this movie is like ridiculously racist. Because if you don't know the movie, I believe I've never seen this movie because I don't think you can find it much. Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know, but um, it's basically like a southern. It's a black guy And then the rest, and then every other character is a animated like animal of some sort, like a fox or like a rabbit or something, right? And the rest, and then this black guy is a farmer kind of, but he's a slave, I think, maybe. Don't quote me on that. I don't know 100% sure, but it is like still racist. Like it's racist. So, and that's why I find Disney's not going to do like a thing with it. They're just going to be like, no, no way, like not at all. But, 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 I can see them putting like some kind of like, well, you know, we can't have like not put this on. You know, I can like have, I can see them going, well, look, it's really not, that bad. Like we have to like, well, it's bad, but we have to acknowledge it. So that's one thing. Then they're gonna have like a bunch of like National Geographic stuff on there, and I'm like, I don't really care. No offense, I don't really care. Not that it's bad. Like I would hate it, but I don't really care in terms of like, well, I mean, some of them look interesting. Like just, it looks like the world according to Jeff Goldblum or something. So that's gonna be one of them. He kind of the podcast I was watching basically described it as like, because there's two guys on the podcast, and the one guy's explaining everything about the Disney streaming service, and the second one's like, so it's like Neil deGrasse Tyson's show, just with Jeff Goldblum. And then the first guy goes, I don't know, because I've never seen that one. And he goes, well, I've never seen it either, so I might be just pulling this out of my butt, being like, I don't know, no idea what this actually is. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And there's like lots of documentaries, lots of like weird not weird, but like lots of documentaries on things like there's one on the sea section, like the Sea World part of Disney World with a few rides and a few like haunted mansions. It's called Disney Imagineers. Is that what they're called? Anyway, that sounds cool. And like the thing that appeals to me about this is it's only $6.99. Probably here that's American, so probably I'm in Canada, so probably here it's like probably about $10, probably like like $8 or $9 or $10. It's gonna be more expensive, but I mean, to me, I feel like that like was like appealing, reasonable, like a very good, like I say like way too much, a very good price. Like it's very enticing to me, so like I would probably get it just based on the price alone, because they said it's either $6.99 a month or $70 a year. And then if you take into consideration what uh, Netflix is, if I'm not mistaken, $15.99 a month. Is it something like that? But that's for like the high end of like 4K, the quality stuff. So how much is Netflix? Okay, so it is. Much description for Netflix costs. Wow. Okay, it cost. Yeah, $16.99 a month. So if you take $16.99 a month, so let's say $17 times 12. So you go $17 times 12. Stop. I'm trying to get on my phone. No, I need to get a regular one. No. $17. $17 times 12 would be $204 a year. That's a lot. But if you go $7 times 12, yeah, it's like $84. It's about $84. So it's way more appealing. I mean, I have Amazon Prime because my mom has Amazon Prime, and then I get Amazon Prime Video. So I have Amazon Prime Video. So to me, not. Let's see, I have that one, and it's kind of meh. It's not great. It's no Netflix in terms of like finding virtually anything, but it's good. It is good. And then I have things like Tubi TV, which is free. So I'm like, you know what? So I just found it one day and tried it, and it was okay. It was good, but it has a lot of anime on it, which is what I watch primarily for it. Anyway, yeah, so it's like very much like enticing for me for that, but I don't know. There's a lot of things about it that are just like I don't really care. And then I'm sure it's gonna have probably every Marvel movie ever, just because they bought freaking Marvel. Disney bought Marvel, and then it's probably gonna have 20th Century Fox stuff on it. So like, I know it's gonna have from day one. It's gonna have all 30 seasons of The Simpsons, which that alone is enticing because you try and collect Simpsons TV shows, and it's insane episodes, and it's insane. Like you'll pay like about $10 each. I have the first 4 seasons. Look, I'm looking at it right now. I have the first 4 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4. First 4 seasons in a movie, and the movie. I have 2 copies of the movie, and oh boy, like they cost me like $10 each. That's like $40. Think about back in the day. So back in like between I don't know 2006 and 2010 or 12, you'd be paying $40 just for that one season. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's enticing because it's like, oh, every episode of The Simpsons, every episode of The Simpsons. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's 30 seasons, and probably every episode until the day it stops existing, which probably will never happen because every generation is going to be like, oh, you can't kill The Simpsons. You can't get rid of The Simpsons. Are you crazy? Anyway, I'm not going to go there with that. But yeah, so that's that alone makes the whole thing worth it. But you know, and it's probably gonna have all the Star Wars, just because it's it's Star Wars. So what do you expect there? And then it's then it's like a bunch of random things where it's like things like I don't know, whatever they decide to buy next. Because I was watching a thing, or I saw a post on Instagram, and it was basically this is what it's gonna look like in the future, and it was every single intro to every studio ever, all mishmashed together, and then just Disney comes on at the end. And it's like, well, yeah, because Disney's gonna buy literally everything one day, like literally everything, and we're all just gonna be like, it's gonna be some sort of weird like god-esque monopoly who just owns everything, and we'll just be like, no, you can't do this to us. But it's like, look, a lot of people will be like, yeah, I know. What can you do? They paid us like $50 billion. There you go. Or $500 billion or something stupid like that. So, hey. But, it's also a lot of people would look at it and go, I can get out of this business with a huge hunk of change. So, maybe I'll do that. But I don't think it's going to be horrible when that happens. But I really hope that day never comes. But probably will. So, yeah. Like, see, every Disney movie ever, and every Simpsons episode, and every Pixar movie, there you go, done. That has convinced me I'd probably want to buy it. But I'm also like, would I really watch half the things on it? And it's like, no, not at all, not at all. But anyway, because like, I guess it's for all those people who want to like. Okay, let me look up a list of every Disney movie ever. So, yeah, because you're gonna get that whole thing of like, where like you're gonna find like that one guy who's like, yeah, I wanted to watch that really bizarre, whatever, like, because they made the point of like the Santa Claus, right? And so I'm like, okay, sure. And then it's like you can watch the Santa Claus, like, okay, sure. But then you could watch like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But then you could watch another random Disney movie like bizarre, whatever. Like, okay, right? So it's like, whatever. Just pick a random bizarre Disney movie list. Okay, look, let's go from the 1930s. Okay, let's go from the 1930s. So we got Academy Award review of Walt Disney cartoons. Okay. Okay, so look, technically the first full-length movie that Disney made was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Okay. Which was in 1937. So it's whatever, right? And then they go, look, Pinocchio, Fantasia was done in the 40s. Okay. I always think that movie is made in like the late 90s. I thought everything was made in the late 90s as a kid, because I was like, or not the late 90s, but like the 90s, because as a kid, I just assumed, you know, I assumed a lot of things too as a kid. So, excuse me, because I saw Fantasia 2000, and I thought that the other Fantasia was made like just prior to that movie. So, then you've got some other ones like Dumbo, Bambi, Dragon, some dragon movie. The Reluctant Dragon. Okay. Oh, fictional tour around the Disney. Oh yeah. I think I've seen that thing. Okay. Anyway, you got Saludos Amigos. That's a cool movie because that movie is um. Well, if you know the movie Three Caballeros, which came out 3 years after this, or 2 years after this, after Saludos Amigos. Saludos Amigos is just the making of the Three Caballeros plus a few other shorts that you know they had for because it's okay. Saludos Amigos. Sorry, Three Caballeros is so yeah. Where was I? I was in the movies over here. There you go. Yeah, so it's a so Three Amigos. No, Three Caballeros. Sorry, that's a different. Three Caballeros is a movie about South America. Because in the 40s they were like, it was during the war, so they were like, well, during World War II, so they were like, let's go somewhere else, and so they decided to go to South America. Anyway, so this Saludos Amigos is just them going to South America. Like they have like a documentary thing, and then it kind of just becomes a movie, I guess. Becomes the making of Three Amigos. But 90% of the movie isn't even the making of the Three Amigos. It's like the last like maybe half hour, maybe more like 10, 15, 20 minutes of the movie is actually anything to do with Three Amigos. Because basically, you only get one character from the Three Amigos being made. You have oh, what's his name? Papagayo. What the heck? The parrot guy. What's his name? Whatever. The parrot from. Just a sec. Let me Google that. Anyway, so yeah, I was watching Doug Walker review this movie on Channel Awesome. Is that what it is now? Guy with the glasses, whatever the heck it's called now. Anyway, for Disney December, and basically he was like, this movie feels like one of those weird movies where you kind of just put it like take a bunch of shorts, put them together, and becomes like a kind of thing. It's not necessarily a full movie you would really want to like watch necessarily in terms of like this is a full movie and it really no, it's kind of more like just a bunch of things put together. Joe Karaoke. That's it. Joe Karaoke. Karaoke. Anyway, Victory Through Air Power. Another documentary. Okay. This is the 30s. Make Mine Music. Oh, I like to Make Mine Music. Actually, I've never seen that actually. Or have I? I probably saw it a long time ago when I was like really young. Let's be honest here. And then there's Song of the South. That was made in 46. That's the racist movie that I don't think they would put on. And if they do, they'd have to have some sort of someone in front of it being like, look, we can't get rid of it, but we do have to acknowledge the fact that it's racist. That it's really, really racist. You know? Like it's really, really racist. Stop. What the heck? No. Can I just not? Whatever. You know? Like really, really racist. Like very racist, so. What other ones are there? So there's also Fun and Fancy Free. I've seen that movie. It's again another one of those compilations of movies that are just like I don't really care about. Like it's Mickey Mouse. Well, there's three or there's two. There's one with some bear that falls in love with a. It's a circus bear that escapes and falls in love with this bear in the woods. Okay, this girl bear in the woods. It might be three. I don't know what the third one was. And then there's the second one where it's Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy, and they go. They're really poor, and they're like, well, we need food. So it's a whole Jack and the Beanstalk situation. You know. And then there's Melody Time. Oh, that's one of the best. It's up there with one of the best. Or it's up there with some of the best. Melody Time is great. Again, it's another one of those movies because I watched Doug Walker reviewed this one too, and he was just like, it's one of those movies that you take the whole thing and you go, because there's two things out of there that could have been full-length movies and they could have been really good. It was the first Johnny Appleseed short, which was like, this could have been its own thing. This could have been really great. This could have been amazing. Let's be honest here. But then there's also Pecos Bill. Pecos Bill was very strange to put in this movie because it didn't have much to do. Because basically what Melody Time was kind of like a Make Mine Music. It's kind of like a Fantasia type of like a lot of these like artsy, visual, really beautiful, orchestrated like short scenes that turn out to be like fantastic. Basically, they look amazing. They look incredible. If you've never seen this movie, it's incredible. There's two movies I recommend you to watch from Disney if you're into like the art and like the stylistic part of it. Watch Fantasia and watch Melody Time. And if you want to watch like Make Mine Music, but because they're all kind of in the same vein. Anyway, great movie. And then there's it's a let me see. It is anthology film. Okay. Apparently it's an anthology film. Okay. Oh no, sorry, no, it's a. Never mind. No, never mind. There's Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which is an anthology film. Sorry. Thing with Ichabod and Mr. Toad is Ichabod and Mr. Toad. The only good thing about that movie is Ichabod. Nobody ever watches the Mr. Toad part. They just skip completely over that one because they're like, ugh, I don't care. This is baloney, and it is because Mr. Toad is the Wind in the Willow, right? And so the Wind in the Willow is it's a slow movie. I've grown to like that movie, but for some reason, as a kid, I hated it because I was like, ugh, this is so boring. I don't care. This is boring. And like, it is boring, but you watch it as an adult, and you have to, or when you grow up, like, or older, and you have to, like, really, you have to have read the book too to actually kind of get this. Because he kind of basically goes mad with consumerism, and he's like, because he sees a motor car, and I'm pretty sure he's drunk when he's seeing this motor car. He's loopy somehow. Anyway, I don't know if he's drunk or high or what, but he's like, he stares at the motor car and he goes, "It's a motor car. It's a motor car." He doesn't actually steal the motor car. He just goes loopy and thinks he's driving a motor car, and he's like, and he's just literally sitting in like a sitting position. And he moves. Anyway, it's really weird. But yeah, and then he goes to like court because he's like, "You stole my motor car," and then he's like, "I didn't steal no motor car," and he's like, "You stole the motor car," and he's like, "I didn't steal the motor car." And it's like there's a scene with the horse, his horse basically is like, well, because he has a horse and carriage, right? And then he sees a motor car, and he's like, "What? Motor what? Holy crud!" And it's like, really? Wow, that's cool. So it's like, and he gets like real like, consumerism. Like, oh, I need a motor car now. This is crazy, You know when they give you a newfangled, piece of technology, and you're like, oh, I need that right now. Anyway, it's like court. Yeah, so that's that movie. So that's the 30s. That's the 30s, and like some of them are good. So like if you go from the 30s, you got Pinocchio, or no, sorry, the 30s is Snow White. So that's the 40s. They had two movies in the 30s: Academy Award review of Walt Disney cartoons, and Snow White. Snow White's worth it, okay. Then you go to 40s. You got Pinocchio, Fantasia, great. Dumbo, Bambi, great. Saludos Amigos, great. Sweet Caballero is great. Make Mine Music, great. Song of the South, I don't think they'd put in, but again, might have to put something in front of that. Fun and Fancy Free, fine. Melody Time, great. So Dear to My Heart, never heard of it, don't know what it is, doesn't really give a description here. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, good, go for it. Now we go to the 50s, and you've got Cinderella and Treasure Island, right? Cinderella, I don't know, I guess you gotta have every Disney princess movie because every Disney princess girl, every girl is gonna be like, every little girl is gonna be like, where's my Disney princess movie? So, right? Right. What? So yeah. Anyway, sorry. The yeah, and there's Treasure Island. I would think which is the first live action Disney movie. I think if that's the same one I'm thinking of. Let me check. Is it the same one I'm thinking of? Yes. Okay. I think I have that movie. I'm not 100% sure. I have a lot of movies though. So you got the 50s. So yeah. And then you got Alice in Wonderland. Good one. The Story of Robin Hood and His Merry Men. 52. Ah, right. If you actually look at the movies Disney's made, you're like, what? Disney made that movie? Yeah. Peter Pan, The Sword and the Rose. Oh, I think I know that movie. Yeah, I've heard this movie. Disney made a lot of weird live action movies. The Living Desert. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks cool from the poster. Anyway, what else is there? There's Rob Roy, The Highlight Rouge. What is this? He a gladiator? Wait. Every minute flames with furious action. Okay. Never heard of it, but okay. Never really heard of it, but okay. Sorry, go back. I'm looking at my phone for something. Sorry. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Who is that? The live action one? Yeah. There was a animated movie, but it wasn't Disney at all. Anyway, stop. Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. Oh yes. That's a fine movie, I guess. Lady and the Tramp. Okay, sure. The African Lion. They also made a lot of shorts that if you just look up Disney shorts, it's insane. Like they must have made at least like 10,000 to like 50,000 to like 100,000. It's insane. They made a lot of those Disney shorts. It's crazy about literally everything. Anyway, then there's The Littlest Outlaw. The Littlest Outlaw. They made a lot of like cowboy kind of stuff. Anyway, The Great Locomotive Chase. Great Locomotive Chase. God, there's a lot of. Anyway, let's keep going. Then you've got David Crockett and the River Pirates. Oh, it's David Crockett and the Wild Frontier. Is not the one I'm thinking of. I don't think. No. Oh, it's not. No, it's not. This one? No, neither of them are the one I'm thinking of. They made one later. That's why. Secret of Life. Westward Ho, the Wagon. Okay, Bard. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. So then keep going. Then you've got like Johnny Turman, Perry, Old Yeller, The Light in the Forest, White Wilderness, Tonka. What does that mean? Oh, Tonka is just the Indian name. Okay, I was like, what? Tonka isn't like the Tonka drugs? Okay, Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty was good. Sleeping Beauty took like what 20 years to make or something. They started in like the late 30s or early 40s, and it's like 59. So, or where is it? Yeah, 59. So you got the Shaggy Dog, Derby, Ogle, and the Little People. Derby, Ogle, and the Little People. That's the one that they were trying to figure out on the podcast yesterday. I was listening to. He's like something Ogle and the Little People or Pico and the Little People, something like that. Derby, Ogle, and the Little People. That's what they were trying to think of. Okay. Zero, the Avenger. Zorro, the Adventurer. Sorry. What? What the hell is happening here? Oh, the episode. That's an episodic thing. VHS compilation from the series where issue. Huh. So it's like a serial kind of thing, like an episodic thing. Okay. I got the 60s. Here you go. Toby Keller kidnapped Pollyanna. The Sign of Zorro again, because it's an episodic thing, so it's like a serial thing. Then you got Jungle Cat, Ten Who Dared, Swiss Family Robertsons. I've never seen that movie. People say it's a decent movie. I don't know much about that movie. 101 Dalmatians. Okay, again, another classic Disney movie. Again, half of these movies, right? Half of these movies, nobody's gonna ever even know what these are. So it's a good way of putting out a lot of these like underrated, really unpopular, like very not known, not well known movies. You know, The Absent-Minded Professor. Oh yeah, that was the Quirky Professor. The something like that. That's what it was. The original, like a remake. I don't know with That was Eddie Murphy. I think so. Then you've got The Parent Trap. I've never seen that movie, but apparently it's good with the remake with is it Lindsay Lohan? I think so. Anyway, what else is there? Nikki, Wild Dog of the North. Wait, is that the? No, it's not. It's not the one I'm thinking of. No, excuse me. No, Greyfriars Bobby. What kind of name is that? Greyfriars Bobby. Babies in Toyland. Babes in Toyland. Sorry, Babes in Toyland was a. Is that the one I'm? No, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Again, a lot of other people made these kind of things too, because a lot of these things were like they were either fairy tales or like public domain like things eventually, if not from the beginning. So a lot of it's like, oh yeah, anybody can make this. So like I can make a Robin Hood thing, or I can make a Snow White or Sleeping whatever, Beauty or whatever. So I'm just like whatever. So and then there's what else? Moon Pilot, Boy Voyage, Big Road, Almost Angels, The Legend of Lobo, In Secret of the Castaways, In Search of the Castaways, Son of Flubber. There was a Son of Flubber, but it's not the same Flubber as. Oh, this is a sequel to The Nutty Professor, I think. Is it? Son of Flubber sequel to As a Mind Professor. Sorry, I get them mixed up because I know it as a Nutty Professor. It's the As a Mind Professor, the Disney version, the original Disney version. So anyway, um, yeah. So it's a sequel to that one. So that's the original Flubber. Is it? Yeah. I think Flubber just encapsulates everything of that two movies. Anyway, where is it? Son of Flubber, Miracle of the White Stallions, Savage Sam, Summer Magic, The Incredible Journey, The Sword and Sword and Stone. Such a good movie. It's probably one of my favorites. It's up there. It's definitely up there with some of my favorites. It's so good. It kind of drags on forever. Let's be honest here. So you watch it and you're like, we're almost done. But it's not bad. It's really not that bad. It's really like a decent movie. It's really a good movie. The Tiger Walks, The Misadventures of Merlin Jones. Misadventures of Merlin Jones. Oh, a lot of scientists, like inventor kind of thing. The Three Lives of Thomasina, Thomasina. The Moon Spinners. The Moon Spinners. Good gosh, they made so many movies. Disney. Anyway, Mary Poppins, Emily and the Detectives, Thus Callaways, The Monkey's Uncle, That Darn Cat, The Ugly Dachshund, Dachshund, Dachshund. Did I say that? Yeah, that. Wow, I've never actually. Isn't it Datsun? Don't we pronounce that Datsun or Dachshund? Wow, that's a weird way. I've never actually seen that written before. Dachshund. Robinson Crusoe. They made a Robinson Crusoe movie. Who played Robinson? Oh, is that an animated thing? Dick Van Dyke. Oh. Well, I mean, they had Mary Poppins, so he was in Mary Poppins, so maybe Dick Van Dyke. Anyway, The Fighting Prince of Donegal. Follow Me Boys. Monkey Go Home. Adventures of Bullwhip Griffin. The Gnome Mobile. Jungle Book. Oh, Jungle Book is another good one. Like, really good one. Charlie the Lonesome Cougar. The Happiest Millionaire. Blackbird's Ghost. The one and only genuine original family band. Okay. Never a dull moment. Horse in the gray flannel suit. The Love Bug. Love Bug's not bad. I heard it's really good. I've only seen Herbie Goes Bananas, which is a really good movie, but I like The Love Bug. I hear it's really good. So Smith, Rascal, The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. What year is this? This movie come out? Wait, what? When did this movie come out? This movie came out in 1994 film. What? Well, then what are you saying it's in the 50s for? You dingus. Like, you know, one of those, like, you dingus. What are you saying it's in the 50s for? Look, you got it in the 50s. Or 69, sorry. 69. Whatever. It's whatever 69 at that time, 1969 would have considered a computer, I guess. Let me just look at the 70s. Oh, okay, there's a lot of 70s ones. See, we don't even gotten to any of the stuff that people like know it for. King of the Grizzlies, the Boat Knocks, the Wild Country, the Aristocats, the Barefoot Executive, uh, Scandalous John, the Million Dollar Duck, $1 million duck, like a gold duck or something. Probably. Oh, I've seen this poster. It's just the duck produced like a golden egg, I think, something like that. It's like the golden goose thing. Bed knobs and broomsticks. Oh, I've heard of this movie, Bed knobs and broomsticks. Yes, I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. The Biscuit Eater. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Isn't that a new movie that just like came out recently? Yeah, Now You See Me, or it was just called Now You See Me. It was like the magic thing, wasn't it? Wasn't the one where like he scammed a bunch of people out of money because he's like abracadabra, kaboom, and then there's like a bunch of money on the stage or something, and then he's kind of just like 3, 2, 1, and he does it again, and then he's just like gone, and he does it everywhere. Napoleon and Samantha. Run Cougar Run. Snowball Express. The world's greatest athlete. Charlie and the Angels. Charlie and the Angels. So you know what that sounds like? It sounds like Charlie's Angels. It's not. It's Charlie and the Angels. Weird. Anyway, One Little Indian. Robin Hood. Oh, this is the Robin Hood we know, right? This is the animated Robin Hood. Yes. That's also one of the best up there. It's also up there with some of the best. It's such a good movie, that movie. Oh, it's a good representation of Robin Hood. Super bad. Herbie Rides Again. Never seen that movie either. I want to see that movie. I want to see the first one too. Her Love Bug. The Bears and The Bears and I. The Castaway Cowboy. The Island at the Top of the World. The Island at the Top of the World. Oh, good lord, that sounds lore. Good gosh, that looks horrible. Oh, that's a plane on fire. What? Okay, wow, that's very odd. Odd looking. The Strongest Man in the World escaped to Witch Mountain. Oh, Escape to Witch Mountain. Isn't that a video game? Isn't that a video game of some sort? Escape to Witch Mountain, or a book series maybe? I don't really know. You know, it's like one of those. I don't know. Is it? Something to that effect. I don't really remember. Anyway. The Apple Dumpling Gang. One of our dinosaurs is missing. The best of Walt Disney's true life adventure. Ride a Wild Pony. No dispute. Sorry, no deposit, no return. Treasure of Matcombe. Matecombe? Gus. I love it, just Gus. G-U-S. Gus. The Shaggy D-A. Freaky Friday. Oh god, that was a horrible movie. Wait. Is it the same one? No. No. It is the same concept, I'm sure, but it's not the one. The Little Horse Thieves. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, look. Winnie the Pooh is one of those characters that people just can never hate on. I know someone who doesn't like him, but if you, I'm sure if you asked him, because I know my friend doesn't like him, but if you asked him, sure if you asked him, he would go, okay, I don't hate him, but he's really an awful character. It's like, yeah, sure, he's a kid's character or a baby character, whatever. But no, he's not awful. And no, you cannot hate him. Don't tell me you hate him. Tales of Two Critters, the Rescuers, the Rescuers. I remember that movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie, but like a long time ago, like a really long time ago. Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. Herbie Goes to Monte. Is that an animated thing? Looks like it. Pete's Dragon. Oh my gosh, my brother loved that movie as a kid. But as a kid, I mean, like, he was like between the ages of like 4 and 7. So, oh boy. Candle Shoe. Return to Witch Mountain. The Cat from Outer Space. The Cat from Outer Space. Hot Lead and Cold Feet. The North Avenue Irregulars. The Apple Dumpling Gang rides again. Um, Unidentified flying oddballs. Unidentified flying oddballs. Okay. That kind of like castle. You know what that looks like? It looks like a Monty Python sketch or a Monty Python movie. The Black Hole and the London Connection. Oh, I've heard of London Connection. Anyway, that's the 70s. Now we're moving on to the 80s. And the 80s is where you start getting at least a little bit of like things that people remember. But if you ask somebody, name all the Walt Disney movies, they'll be like, yeah, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. They'll do all the Disney princess movies, and they'll be like, 101 Dalmatians, maybe Sword and Stone. What else would they do? They would do like Jungle Book, Pocahontas, Lion King. Maybe what else? Robin Hood, stuff like that. Look, we go to the 80s, right? And there's not many in the 80s compared to the 70s. Compared to the 50s, it was insane. Or 60s. Midnight Madness, The Witcher in the Woods, Herbie Goes Bananas. Oh, I'm also looking at this, by the way, on Wikipedia. So if you guys want to look it up with me, Wikipedia list of Walt Disney Pictures films. Midnight Madness, The Witcher in the Woods, Herbie Goes Bananas, The Last Flight of Noah's Ark. They did that? They did a Noah's Ark? They did a Noah's Ark thing? Sure. Popeye. There's a Popeye movie? With Robin Williams. Yeah. Weren't they gonna make a Popeye movie? It was in the whole same vein as like the Peanuts movie, the Woody Woodpecker movie, and then there was like going to be a Popeye movie. Like there's a trailer you can watch or a teaser you can watch, and to me it's like it shows like that there's potential, but they never actually end up like making this movie. At least as far as I know, could have been like the Woody Woodpecker movie, and we're all just like we just missed it, That happened to a lot of people. What? That actually came out? Like it was a thing? Because I saw it at a movie like rental store, like a video rental store, like last summer. And yes, those things still exist. I was also in Coaticook, so they don't really exist here anymore. I mean, there's a few, but they don't really exist. Anyway, The Devil and Max Devlin, Amy, Dragon Slayer, The Fox and the Hound. Another good movie, but a really sad movie. Night Crossing, Tron, Tex, Trenchcoat, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Oh, I know that movie. I think. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Yes, maybe. Never Cry Wolf, Return to Oz. Oh yeah, that was a bizarre movie. Apparently, according to the people who reviewed this movie, it's a bizarre movie as heck. I think I watched James Rolfe review this movie, or it could have been Doug Walker again. Bizarre as all heck. The Black Cauldron. Okay, look. Let me be honest here. People say Black Cauldron was like the pinnacle turning point of Disney's dark ages. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love that movie. I love that movie. Such a good movie. It's up there with like some of the best. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do see all the flaws. I do see the flaws. I do see how wrong and how flawed this is. But I'm also like, I also just don't care because I'm like, it's still a good movie, right? I watched it recently, and I'm like, wow, it's actually not a bad movie. Journey to Natty Gin. One Magic Christmas. One Magic Christmas. Okay. The Great Mouse Detective. Oh, it's a good one. It's The Great Mouse Detective, and then the other one is what's the other one? American Tail. That's it. We're gonna get to it. Flight of the Navigator. Oh, I think I know that movie. Maybe. I don't know. Benji the Haunted. Return of Snowy River. Oliver and Company. Oliver and Company was a weird movie because it was like Wait, where's oh, it's probably like the 80s and 90s, so it's probably somewhere around here. I was gonna say, where's what was the movie called? The Aristocats. Oliver and Company was a weird movie because I never hated it. I just never liked it. I thought it was a weird like. I just didn't care. I was like, ugh. I was like, ooh. Honey, I Shrunk the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Adults. Honey, I Blew Up something or other. Honey, I Shrunk whatever. There's so many of those two. Cheetah, The Little Mermaid. Oh wait, I just realized I'm gonna end up hitting all the like 2000s like Disney Channel movies. Oh good lord. Oh boy, that suck really bad. The Little Mermaid. Okay, so that's the 80s. Now we go to the 90s. DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. That's not a bad movie. It's just not particularly that great. It's one of those movies you go, ooh, ooh. At least in my opinion. The Rescuers Down Under. Oh yeah. White Fang. White Fang. Shipwrecked. I have that movie. I never seen it. I don't think. They made a lot of cowboy movies and like pirate movies because they made a whole franchise out of it. They made oh my gosh, Pirates of the Caribbean out of just like their love for pirate movies and just like knack for them. Wild Heart Can't Be Broken. The Rocketeer. Oh boy, that was a Disney movie. I did not know that. I knew it was a movie. I just did not know it was Disney. Beauty and the Beast. There you go. New season. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Hey, see? Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. There you go. Then Honey, I Shrunk the Adults, and then Honey, I Shrunk with Rick Moranis, and like, Honey, I did this, Honey, I did that, Honey, I did this, Honey. Good lord. Good gosh, there's a lot of them. But hey, what are you gonna do? Good gosh. The Mighty Ducks. Oh, weren't there like 4 of those movies or something? There's like The Mighty Ducks, The Mighty Ducks Returns, or something, or like, pick a freaking whatever. Pick pick those generic like sequel titles, and that's what that's what they'll be called. You know. Then there's Aladdin. Obviously, you have to have that movie on there. They're remaking Aladdin, and it looks awful. I'm sorry. It looks terrible. It looks so bad. It looks awful. It just looks so. Well, no. The whole thing that looks bad is the genie Will Smith. Just he looks terrible. Yeah, I think Will Smith just looks awful in that movie. Anyway, the new movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, watch it. It's laughably good because it's like, wow, this is bad, or laughably bad, but it's like it's kind of a sad thing from Disney. But anyway, The Muppets Christmas Carol, Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. I've never seen the first Homeward Bound. Okay, that's a lie. I've seen like maybe what was it like? Maybe 5 minutes of that movie because it was on TV once. I was at Homeward Bound 2, and my thing was with Homeward Bound, it was very. I thought it was one of those movies that didn't have a first one. That just randomly started at like 2, like Street Fighter 2 or whatever. There are other movies that do it, but like But actually, no, actually, it had a first one. I just never knew that. So I was like, oh, I was like, oh, it did have a first movie. It actually did have a first movie. The Fear of Off Place, The Far Off Place. The Adventures of Huck Finn. There was a Huckleberry Finn movie. Well, I'm sure there was. Again, it's another one of those like, not public domain necessarily, but like movies where it's like easy to make a movie about. So I have to go find more movies. Let me see. Like, there's probably a lot of movies if you go look for them for these kind of like in the kind of vein of like, I don't know, like Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, Christmas Carol, those kind of things, because they're really easy to make movies about. Then there's Hocus Pocus. Is that the animated thing? Oh no, that's that other one. Oh, that's the witch one. It's like, yeah, okay, the creepy witches at the end. Cool Runnings. The Three Musketeers. Which Three Musketeers? Is that the animated one? Oh, sorry, I peeked the mic there. That's the one I used to watch as a kid. Okay. Yeah, I know that one. Iron Blank Check. I remember this movie. This was a weird movie because basically what happened was, I love this movie. This movie. So the kid is really mad at something. I don't remember what happened. I think he's mad at the fact that he didn't get anything for his birthday or something. So if I'm not mistaken, is it his grandmother or his aunt or something gives him a check, right? And he's just like, whatever, because he's like, what? It's like $50. It's like $100. Not that I can do much with this. $25, $20, whatever. No, he puts it away, right? And the next time he pulls it out, he looked at the check and he goes, "Holy, this is a blank check." And so he just writes himself a thing of like, what was it, $100,000 or $1 million, something like that, $1 million. And to me, it's like, as a kid, I'm like, that's how that works. Obviously, now as an adult, I realize, look, you actually have to have that money. So like the person who gives the check has to have that money. So in retrospect, that would never have actually worked. Like, it would have been declined. I think that might have happened in the movie, actually. Now that I think about it, let me see if, that might have happened in the movie. He like gets a butler. He gets like a lot of the stuff. He buys a whole bunch of stuff. Buys a mansion. The other thing is, where are his parents? Where are his parents? Where are his parents going? Stop! You can't do that. That's not how it works. You know? I don't know where his blank check movie. Can I watch the blank check? Yeah. So that movie was weird because it kind of like, I mean, it like, it might have actually happened, to be honest with you. Where he got declined. I don't know. But how did they? No, I think the guy eventually figures out. Someone from the bank eventually figures out like you can't actually do like the kid doesn't actually have that money. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then goes, "You don't have this money, or this money doesn't exist." Anyway, the Mighty Ducks. See, D2, the Mighty Ducks. That's what it's called. White Fang 2, Myth of the White Wolf. The Lion King, obviously. That's a great movie. Angels in the Outfield. That's the original Angels in the Outfield, right? Or is that the new one? With Christopher Lloyd. The original one? I don't really know. Anyway. Wasn't the original one in like the 50s or something? Maybe Angels in the Outfield, the original one, wasn't a Disney movie? I don't know. Or was it Charlie's Angels? That might have been the original. Anyway. Charlie and the Angels, sorry. Not Charlie's Angels. That's the biker chick thing. Anyway. Squanto, A Warrior's Tale, Santa Claus. See, there you go, Santa Claus. They made the point of like you could watch, excuse me, the Santa Claus, Jungle Book. They made a live-action Jungle Book movie before the live-action Jungle Book movie. Hey, Heavyweights, Man of the House, Tall Tale, a Goofy movie is amazing. It's such an underrated movie. It's so good. It's just such a good movie. Such a good movie. Anyway, let's go back now. Pocahontas. That's a good movie. It's a fine movie, actually. It's not the greatest movie. It could be better. It's not the greatest. What's it called movie? Princess movie. Yeah, because again, it's another one of those like, wait a sec, you're not really a princess, are you? And it's like, yes, but no. It's one of those weird movies. Operation Dumbo Drop. Operation Dumbo Drop. There's not Dumbo 2 though, is it? No. It's like a weird. Anyway. A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Oh, I love that movie. Because it's ripping off an old movie. It's basically the same movie as the other one, but he basically goes back in time. Oh no, this is not it. No, this is a different movie. It was I'm thinking of a different kids movie, Arthur movie, whatever. The Big Green, Frank and Ollie. Isn't Frank and Ollie that? No, never mind. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. What is this film about the life and career of Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnson, two chief animators who had worked at Walt Disney Animation Studios from its early years until their retirement in the late 70s. Oh boy. And if you look at the movies next to them, it's stuff like Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, um, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, Bambi, um, Pinocchio, all over. Is it all over? Oliver? Yes. So, wow, that's cool. That's a cool one. Let me open this up in a new tab. Just gonna read about this. That looked like a good movie. Toy Story, of course. That's 95. It's a whole notion that this 99. With a second one come out 99 maybe. Tom and Huck. Another Tom Sawyer Huckleberry Finn movie. Muppets Treasure Island. Homeward Bound 2. See, Homeward Bound 2 Lost in San Francisco. I have that on DVD. And honestly, it's not the worst movie, but it is. Again, I thought that movie never had a first movie. I thought it was just one because he talks about a lot of things, but he never actually like makes clear that yeah, this actually happened. I don't know. James the Giant Peach. That was not. Wait, if that's the one I'm thinking of, sorry. There's a Muppet. Yeah, that's not. That was Disney. I didn't even know that. It was made, not directed, but it was. Who is it? Based on. I think it was directed by someone in the movie, right? Was involved in Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's why I thought it was what's his name? What's that guy's name? Director of Night Before Christmas was the crazy guy. Anyway, the guy who makes a lot of like weird, bizarre stuff. Anyway, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, First Kid, D3, The Mighty Ducks, 101 Dalmatians. That's the live action one. Now that movie was bizarre as all heck. I didn't like that movie at all. I watched it I think once, or at least once, and I just hated it. I think I watched it twice, at least. That Darn Cat. Did they have That Darn Cat already? God, Jungle Book 2. Now we're getting into like, oh gosh, now we're getting into all those like really bad sequels, like directed DVD sequels. Oh boy. Directed by what was the guy's name? Henry Selick. Tim Burton. That's who it is. I think it's Tim Burton. That's it. Okay. The Jungle Book 2. Oh, this is not the one. Oh no, sorry. I read that as Jungle Book 2. It's Jungle 2 Jungle. Why did I read that as the Jungle Book 2? Hercules. That was not actually a bad movie. I like that movie. It's another underrated Disney movie. That feels like it's way older than it is. I feel like it's like from the 70s or something, or 60s or something. One of those. But it's another Disney 90s Disney movie. 97. So let's go back and we'll see what this got. We got George of the Jungle. There was a TV show about George of the Jungle, and it was really, no offense, it was bad. It was bad. It was one of those Cartoon Network shows that was just awful. I'm gonna be honest, it was awful. Then you've got Air Bud. I hated all the Air Bud movies with the buds. I hated the Air Bud movies. I hated the chimp movies, and I hated the dog movies. Air Buds. Because Air Buds, then the pup ones and the puppy ones. Oh god, they were awful. Then there's Flubber with what's his name, Robin Williams, which is basically just a remake of The Nutty Professor, where it takes both I think the first and second one they smashes a bunch of things together and just makes good stuff. I don't know. Excuse me. It's a fine movie. Fine movie. I like it. I like it. It's funny, I guess. Mr. Magoo. Did a Mr. Magoo movie? Oh, yeah, I knew that. Oh, real Mr. Magoo. Leslie Nielsen. Hmm. Anyway. Interesting. And they have Meet the Doodles. Never heard of these. Duties. No Doodles. That's what's his name? Oh, what the heck is his name? Jim Carrey. Is that Jim Carrey? Paul Walker. Okay. Oh, Paul Walker. I'm thinking of Christopher Walken. Nope, guess not. Dennis Hopper. Okay. I think that guy that I'm looking at looks like what's his name is Dennis Hopper. I think looks like Jim Carrey. Mulan. I never liked this movie. I watched this movie as a kid and went. I mean, obviously there's like the very iconic Man, song in it, but honestly though, I don't. Well, I don't hate it, but it's definitely low on the list of things to watch. You know. There, see, there you go. And then there's The Parent Trap, which is a remake with Lindsay Lohan. Yes, Lindsay Lohan. Yeah. But apparently, people say the original one holds up better than this one. They're both good, but apparently, I don't know. I don't know. Never seen either of them. So you've got Airbud Golden Retriever or Seaver. Sorry. I didn't like those movies. I never seen them. No, I think I've seen bits and pieces of them, but I just thought it was a stupid movie. I'll Be Home for Christmas, wasn't that? Oh no, it's that one. The one that I saw before. Oh gosh, before something, before one of those movies. You know, when back in the day when like a DVD or VHS, some DVDs had them, but a lot of VHSs did it where they put like trailers before the movie. Oh, those were so good. Those were so good. Anyway, I saw this movie. I'll Be Home for Christmas. Weird movie. A Bug's Life. That 99? No. Okay. That's a movie. I think I've seen that movie. It's one of those movies where it's like I think I've seen it, but I was like 3 or 4 or 5 maybe. Really, I remember like really long ago. Just I have like no recollection of this movie at all. I don't remember any of it. Mighty Joe Young. I had this movie. Yes, I had this movie. I don't know really what happened to it, but I don't have it. And you've got My Favorite Martian. Oh, that's the movie with Christopher Lee, right? What? I mean Christopher Lloyd. Sorry, Christopher Lee. Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. Doug's first movie. Oh, the Doug movie. Doug made a movie. Doug. See, I never watched that stuff. That was like way after my time. Even though I was in like peak rerun like decade, like from like 2000 to 2009, 8, 10. Okay, I'll say 10. It was rerun upon rerun upon rerun. Every show I watched was basically a rerun. 99% of shows I watched were reruns, and I never knew that. I was like, wait, stuff like Rugrats and SpongeBob and what else? And like um Hey Arnold and like all these shows would come on, these animes, these shows, these whatever, and I'd be like, wait, that was like nowadays, like I look back, that was a rerun. As a kid, I thought, oh, these all come out now, right? These are, and some of these shows were making new episodes now, right? We're still right at that time, right? They were making episodes, but most of the episodes I was watching were not new episodes. So in theory, I thought I was watching new episodes. In practice, I was not. I was watching reruns. There were new episodes for some of these shows, but most of them were reruns of the episodes I was watching. Endurance Tarzan. Oh, I remember that movie. I watched it once, and I didn't particularly like it. I also watched it at a summer camp, so in like not optimal conditions. So Inspector Gadget, that Inspector Gadget with what's his name in it? What the heck is that guy's name? Starring Matthew Broderick. Is that it? Is that guy's name? Yes, Matthew Broderick. Yeah. What's he from? Let me run this on IMDb. I want to know where I've seen him from. War Games? No. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, probably. Yeah, there you go. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Done. That's where I've seen him from. I'm like, wait, what? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay. And then the Street Story, and then Toy Story 2. There you go. That's where I got it mixed up. Toy Story 2 is 99. Toy Story 1 is 95. Here we go into 2000s now. Fantasia 2000. The Tiger movie. Dinosaur. Oh, is Dinosaur that really awful? Oh my gosh. I forgot this movie existed. This is a terrible, terrible movie. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's bad. It doesn't hold up. It's awful. Just awful. So to me, it's like really bad. Bad. Don't bother watching. But the thing I remember from this thing is it came out with these like weird. They were like felty. They were like foam puppets, but they weren't foam. They were the thinnest foam you will think. I don't know if you remember them. They're like you put your hand in them and they had. I don't know. It's really bizarre. I'd have to get a picture of it. It's awfully bizarre. Just very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. What else we got? We got Disney's The Kid. What does that even mean? They made Remember the Titan. That's a Disney movie. I watched this movie. Now I watched this movie, and then I watched. What was the other one called? It was. It was called. It was with The Rock. Football movie was called. Just giving me movies about Game Plan. That movie was kind of so you have Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. It was a fine movie. I don't know. I don't really care. It was like, ugh, meh. I don't care. It was a sad movie because the guy at the end gets paralyzed from the waist down, and then like the quarterback, and then basically it was very similar movies to be honest, except the Game Plan were a bunch of juvenile delinquents in a detention in a I guess you would call it juvie or a detention center. I don't remember. Basically, criminals, child criminals. And this movie was not child criminals, but they had to what's the word? Buckle down, and they had to what's the word I'm looking for? Had to discipline these children to play football better. But in Remember the Titans, he was very weird because I wasn't expecting The Rock to swear as much as he did. He swore insane amounts in that movie. It was insane. But of the two movies, I would recommend Remember the Titans, not The Game Plan. Was The Game Plan Disney? No way. The Game Plan wasn't Disney, was it? The Game Plan what? Oh no, not The Game Plan. Not The Game Plan. This one. This is the movie I'm thinking of. The Gridiron Gang. Gridiron Gang, not The Game Plan. Of course, I Google it, and the first movie that comes up is The Game Plan, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. No. I didn't actually click it. When I clicked it, it got me, okay, there. The Gridiron Gang. Gridiron Gang. That's a movie I do not recommend. Because, unless, I don't know, watch it at your own risk. Watch it in your own discretion. Watch it, proceed at your own risk. I don't care. Do what you want. But, I mean, it's a really, 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 the vulgar movie. And guess where I watched it? I watched it at my church youth group. That's bizarre as all heck. I was like, wait, got a 6.9 out of 10? Wow. I would have given it at least just like a solid 5. Just because, like, it's a fine movie. It's just really vulgar. So, like, you go, wait, what? Anyway. Gridiron Gang. 101 Dalmatians. 102 Dalmatians? There was a sequel to that? Why? What, did they have one more Dalmatian? Good lord. That was a... Good gosh. That was a live action movie, right? I think. From the picture here, yeah. Oh my gosh. I just found another movie I forgot it existed. The Emperor's New Groove. Wow. What a movie. That was a great movie. And then they had like Kronk's New Style, and then they made a TV show about it. The TV show wasn't actually that horrible. I watched it. It's called Emperor's New School. He had to go to school, get educated. It was a fine movie. I mean, fine TV show. I don't know. It was a Disney. It was like back in like the early 2000s of Disney, where you don't have like the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody's and the like Hannah Montana's yet, or maybe you did. I don't know. But you're past like the recesses and like the original Disney Channel shows. So, oh, what a movie! What a movie! Where is it? Recess, school's out. Which one is this one now? Oh, another one I forgot existed. 2001. This is Recess, School's Out. Operation Playground at a Time. This is where they have to save their school from the government, right? Yes? No? Well, no, because here's the thing, right? It was all the, because basically, if you know Recess, got little characters, right? So TJ Detweiler is the only one out of his friends who doesn't go to a thing in the summer, a camp, science camp, sports camp, music camp, camping, whatever. He doesn't do anything in the summer. So he sits, I think, in his treehouse, and he's just contemplating life. He's like, my life sucks. He's whatever. And then because I think from his treehouse he can see a school, and he looks at a school, and there's like, what's it called? There's like, what's it called? There's like, oh my gosh, there's like a green glowing light, and then he like, I think he gets in somehow, or I think he just says it's aliens. It's aliens. And then he goes to his principal and goes, "We need to save the school." And the principal's like, "What do I care? I'm out playing golf. Leave me alone." And then it's like, well, okay. And then he eventually convinces his teacher or his principal to help him get into the school. So he gets his friends back, and then he, gets his friends and goes, "Look, we need to save this school." And he saves the school basically. He gets in and he saves the school. He fights these bad guys off, and they all, I don't know. I don't remember much of this movie, but holy moly! Oh, good lord! Atlantis, the Lost Empire. That's not the. What happened? Okay, this is not an extensive list. I just realized because there's no Treasure Planet and there's no Atlantis. No, it can't be. Monsters Inc. was 2001. There's The Princess Diary. Max Keebler's big movie. Oh, good lord. Oh, good gosh. It's a kid from Home Alone 3. God, that was a terrible movie. Well, it's not that bad. It's a better. Okay, of the first 4 ones that were made for DVD or made for at least release, blockbuster release, I think they were anyway. 3 is like, okay, if you take the first 2 out and you say 1 is a masterpiece, 2 is still great and it holds up, and then you take 3 and 4 as 2 separate movies because they have nothing to do with the first 2. Well, at least 3 doesn't have absolutely nothing to do with that movie. 3 is better than 4. 4, Taking Back the House is awful. It's just, don't even bother. 3 is at least an amusing movie. Nothing makes sense in that movie, if you break it down, but it's a good movie in terms of it kind of works. It's an amusing movie. It's entertaining, and you can watch it and be like, okay, cool. Monsters Inc. Right? Fine movie. Never loved it. I think once. Snow Dogs. Snow Dogs was like, oh no, I thought it was a, because they did a Airbud, those puppy things with them, didn't they? Return to Neverland. Oh, These movies were early 2000s. No way. A lot of see, and they didn't have a lot of the sequels either. So I'm like, wait, no. A lot of these were 90s sequels. Anyway, Lilo and Stitch. I never thought much of Lilo and Stitch. I think I've seen that movie once, and I was like, it's okay. You know, it's not bad. It's just not. Nothing to write home about, in my opinion. So, what else we got? We got the Rookie. We've got the Country Bears. What is that? Oh my god! I remember this movie. I've never seen it, never. But oh, good gosh, are these supposed to be live action bears or animated? Good gosh. Tuck, Everlasting. Oh, is that the girl from? Looks like the girl from 13 Reasons Why. You know? I don't know. It looks like the girl from 13 Reasons Why. I don't think it is. Santa Claus 2. Okay. Contrary to popular opinion, I think Santa Claus 2 is better than Santa Claus 1. Just because I like the funny robot guy that he makes. Because he has to go. Because if you don't know this movie, well, if you don't know Santa Claus movies, Tim Allen basically kills Santa Claus and has to become Santa Claus. Right? But, if you. And then. Right? So he has to become Santa Claus. But then in the second one, he basically. He has to go get a miss. Because it's called Santa Claus to Mrs. Claus or something? Or the Santa Claus. Right? Oh my god, I never realized that. The Santa Claus, the clause is that you have to become. Oh my god. It's like a legal thing. The clause, you know? Oh wow. Anyway, there's a Mrs. Claus, so he has to get a Mrs. Claus, or he basically because he's got the what's that kid's name? The kid from Santa Claus, the one because there's two of them, right? There's the older kid and then there's a younger kid. So anyway, and then he basically is told, he has basically told you gotta go get a Mrs. Claus, or we literally take away all of your. This guy, Brannard, the elf, Brannard. Where's the young kid? Peter Boyle was in that movie? Huh. Interesting. The dad from, Frick. The dad from, Frick. The dad from Everybody Loves Raymond. Okay. Let's go. Characters. Give me the character list. Oh, God. What was that kid? Oh, no. The kid. Where's the one guy? The one that everyone likes from that movie. Neil. No. Charlie Brennan. Whatever. Anyway. Whatever. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Contrary to popular opinion, I like the second one better. I like the second Santa Claus better. I also like the second Back to the Future better, and I like the second, I don't know what that one's called. There's another movie I like the second one of. Anyway. I like sequels better. Oh, second, Toy Story better. I know, you know. I don't know. I like him better. There we go. Treasure Planet. Okay, I thought Treasure Planet was early 2000s. I mean, sorry, 90s. No, it's early 2000s. Okay. Well then. Okay. Where is it? Treasure Planet. Jungle Book. Jungle Book 2 is 2003. I thought that was early or late 90s. That was a terrible movie. Because basically, what happens in the end of the Jungle Book is Mowgli, because they're like, you gotta go bring Mowgli to the village, the man village, and like, That's what Bagheera says, and then Baloo's like, "You can't take this boy away from me, though, can you?" And then Bagheera's like, "You have to bring this boy to the village." And he's like, "You have to bring this boy to the man village. I don't care what it is. You have to bring the boy." He's like, "Fine." So he brings him back, brings him there, and then he basically lives there rest of his not rest of his life, but and then I'm not sure who this is, but there's on the poster there's a woman, and I remember the woman. Is the woman his mother or his sister? I don't remember. I think it's his mother because he then has like a brother, like a little brother, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, uh, what else is there? Then there's Piglets. There's a lot of movies. There's a Tigger movie, Piglet movie for Winnie the Pooh. There's a lot of Winnie the Pooh movies, like a lot. There's like Winnie the Pooh story time or something, and there was like the Piglet, the Tigger. There's the Pooh movie. There's a lot of them. There was like at least five movies made by them. It was crazy. And then like there's like one about like friendship and friends near and far away. Oh my god, I remember that song. It's stuck in my head now. Ghosts of the Abbeys. Ghosts of the Abbeys? Oh, that's a Titanic. James Cameron film. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a documentary about the Titanic, basically. Okay. Documentary? Okay, I guess so. Well, a movie documentary. I don't know. I don't know if it's those. Oh, good lord. See, we're getting into like the really bad. No offense, but the really really bad Disney Channel kind of movies. The Lazy McGuire movie. Good gosh. Then you've got Finding Nemo, which is again up there with some of the best Disney Pixar ever. And again, this is Disney Pixar, so that was not. Oh, okay, Disney Pixar. Okay. Yeah. Then you've got Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. I never hated that movie. My brother would watch it way too much, just way too much. Literally, it was like shoot me, I'm done. Like I'm out. Just watched it so many times as a kid. It's all he'd want to. Okay, there were two movies. All he wanted to watch. There are three movies. Let's be honest. There was Treasure Planet, but then he eventually grew out of Treasure Planet because he found these kind of things. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, and the Three Musketeers. Disney like 97, 70s, 80s, whatever one. Oh, good lord. Good gosh. Then there's oh gosh, this is a Freaky Friday I'm thinking of. Gun films? Wait. Gunn as in James Gunn? Where did I see that? Andrew Gunn. Okay, I was like, what? Brother, oh my gosh, that was a terrible movie. And they made a sequel to that movie, didn't they? What? That was There was a time when movies did not come out on a Friday? Because this movie comes out Saturday, November 1st. Huh. Interesting. There probably was a time when the movies came out whenever they wanted to come out. So on a Wednesday afternoon. Haunted Mansion. That's a funny movie. I remember watching it like long ago. It's Eddie Murphy. It's a Haunted Mansion. It's a fine movie, I guess. And then there's the Young Black Stallion. And then there's Teacher's Pet. Miracle. Miracle. Oh, it's a hockey movie. I have that movie, I think. Somewhere. Confession of a Teenage Drama Queen. Oh, is that it's Lindsay Lohan again. She did a lot until she went like stupid. Ghosts in the Shell 2. Innocence. Home of the. Oh my gosh, it's one of those weird movies you forget exists again. Homeward Bound. What? Wow. Wasn't that movie with like starring Judy Dench? Roseanne Barr. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Roseanne Barr. Steve Buscemi. Okay. I only ever saw him in Spy Kids, though. Where he has his like famous quote. What's it? or at least the quote that people quote now. It's um Sacred Planet. Never heard of it. It's one of those Disney like Earth, whatever they called it before they had Disney Earth, like a documentary. Maybe? Don't know. What is the one? Around the World in 80 Days. 2004. Okay. See, this is where it's getting to be like Princess Diaries 2. Where's Princess Diary? Oh yeah, we did. I was like, where's Princess Diary 1? Whoa. See Bushimi. Quote. The quote is right there. The quote from Steve Buscemi, which was like, because his name in the character's name is Dr. Romero in the movie, and so the quote is, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" It's like, wow, it's a little bit like deep there. You know, you're going a little bit deep. Then Carmen, the girl, goes, "We're kids, not monsters. We're kids, not monsters, Dr. Romero." And then Romero goes, "Do you think God lives in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he created?" He says it twice. Dr. Romero, I'm no loon. Donegan giggles. What happened to the... What? That's really... Whatever. Because I think he goes, "You think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" And then Carmen goes, "We're kids, not monsters, Dr. Romero." And then he says it again to be like, "I know that. I'm not a loon." Anyway, The Incredibles. Oh, of course, that's a great movie. I thought that movie came out in 2001. Why? This movie came out in 2004? That's late. I thought it came out in 2001. National Treasure. The same National Treasure? No. Alice. Alien in the Deep. Ew. Bizarre movie. Pooh's Hufflepuff movie. There are a lot of Winnie the Pooh movies. There's a lot. Like I said before, a lot. Whether, from like the 80s? Question mark? I don't remember exactly. To like, it's probably still gonna make. Did they make one with Ian Fleming? No, the guy from Star Wars. What's his name? Isn't it Ian? Isn't it Ian? Maybe it's not Ian. Anyway, oh my gosh, I just actually watched this movie recently. I didn't finish it, but I watched it recently, and The Pacifier. Oh my, it's a Vin Diesel movie. Back when Vin Diesel was like in everything under the sun, not just in like what's it called? Fast and Furious. He was in like everything. Wait, what was it? No. Boy, this is gonna look up. Oh yeah. Star Wars. Um. Yeah, I know. What it's called? Ewan McGregor. That's it. Ewan McGregor. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, The Pacifier was a bad. Well, he's basically a babysitter. Well, no. That movie is, no offense, pretty terrible. But it's basically a pacifier. There's something called the Ghost, which is like some document that somebody made, and then he dies because he's a Marine. He's a Navy SEAL. He dies, blows up, but he has the code, and then his wife has to like figure out the code, find the code, and then um Vin Diesel comes to take care of the children and make sure they're not gonna like die or whatever. And like, ugh, uh, you know, make sure they're not gonna die and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's not the worst movie. It's pretty awful, but it's not the worst movie. Ice Princess, oh gosh, Herbie Falula, oh god, Herbie Falula is the one. That's the one with Lindsay Lohan. Oh good lord, good gosh. Sky High. Isn't Sky High the movie where they're all like superheroes? It's basically like a ripoff of like um X-Men, but really bad quality. Like it's a really bad ripoff. Valiant, the greatest game ever played. What else you got? You got Chicken. Oh my gosh, Chicken Little. Chronicles of Narnia, the first one. Glory Road, Roving Mars, 8 Below, The Shaggy Dog, The Wild, Cars. Oh, Cars is a good movie. I like that. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Invincible, The Nightmare Before Christmas, 3D. What? Oh. Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 2006? Santa Claus 3 was a terrible movie. I remember that coming out and it being freaking awful. Just awful. It came out in 2007. I mean 6. I thought it came out way later than that. Like 2009. I remember it in theaters, but maybe not. Bridge to Everything. Oh gosh, Bridge to Everything. Meet the Robinsons. Again, underrated movie. One of the best Disney movies. Meet the Robinsons. Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End. Ratatouille, fine movie. Underdog, terrible movie. Terrible movie. From what I've heard, never seen it. The Pixar Story. Oh yeah. The Game Plan. Enchanted. Oh gosh, Enchanted. That's the one where like she's animated and she comes out of like the animated world and goes to the real world. National Treasures, Book of Secrets. Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, Best of Both Worlds concert. Okay. College road trip. The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Dasavatherum. How do you even pronounce that? Dasavatherum? Dasavatherum? Could not tell you how to say that. Wally. Oh, what a good movie. I thought that came out in 2009. No, it came in 2008. Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. Oh my god, that was a terrible movie. Morning Light. High School Musical 3? Where's High School Musical 1 and High School Musical 2? Roadside Romeo. Bolt. Oh my god, I remember Bolt. Bolt was terribly terrible. From what I heard from people who actually saw it, it was awful. Or it was just kind of meh. So, Bedtime Story. Bedtime Story was so good. It's such an underrated movie because people are like, Jonas Brothers, the 3D concert experience. Race to Witch Mountain. Oh, I remember that one. Hannah Montana, the movie. God, awful. Earth. Wasn't Earth like their first, like, yeah. See, Earth was their first iteration into Disney Nature. And I think they're called Disney Earth or Disney Nature now. Something like that. Trail of a Panda. Up. That is so good. Up. Lily, the Witch, the Dragon, and the Magic Book. Wait. Give me a damn picture of this movie. No! Dang it. Oh my gosh. I forgot G-Force even existed. My friend went to see G-Force. He told me, because he saw it in 3D, he said, useless. 100% useless in 3D. There's nothing about it. Walt and Ella Grippa? Walt and Ella Grippa. Poor Walt and Ella Grippa. The Book of Monsters, Disney, Christmas Carol. Disney's A Christmas Carol. That came out in 2009. Oh, that version. The one with Jim Carrey. That was a bizarre movie. I've seen bits and pieces of that movie. It's bizarre. Then you got Old Dogs, and then you got The Princess and the Frog. Now you're going into the 2010s. Alice in Wonderland. That came out in 2010. The one with the Tim Burton, right? I think so. You got I saw Oceans. I saw Oceans in theaters. I really, really like it. Is nature. Isn't it? Yes. I loved it. I loved that movie. My cousin. I saw it with my cousin and my cousin. What do you call your cousin's children? You don't call them second cousins. You call them cousins. I guess you just call them cousins. I guess I don't know. I saw it with my cousin and her son. So my cousins, you my cousin fell asleep. So because he was just like, this is boring, and I'm like, I don't blame you. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. That was a video game, wasn't it? Didn't that turn into a video game on like PlayStation 2 and Xbox and GameCube? I know it's on GameCube. I don't know. Toy Story 3. Never finished that movie. Don't think it's such a great movie. No. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Oh my gosh, I remember this movie. I remember coming out. It's been Secretariat. Oh, Secretariat. That's Secretariat's like the horse racing movie, isn't it? I think so. It's like a Seabiscuit kind of, but not really. Do Dooney Cheer. Chair? Do Dooney Dooney Chair. Tangled. I don't love Tangled. The Boys. The Boys. The Sherman Brothers story. Sherman Brothers? Who are the Sherman Brothers? Oh, singing group, I guess. Tron Legacy. That came out in 2010. Huh? Whoa, whoa. Anna, Gana, Ga, O, Diary. I can't even pronounce that. Oh, it's like a Bollywood film looking thing? It's an Indian thing. Lily the Watch. The Journey to Mandolin. Oh. Again, it's also a lot of things that just never came out here or never came out in this. Mars Needs Moms. Mars Needs Moms. How come I've never heard of half of these movies? What the heck? Zakoman. African Cats. Prom. Pirates of the Caribbean. On Stranger Tides. Cars 2. Cars 2 is awful. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cars 2. Cars 2 is just awful. Compared to Cars 1. And Cars 3 is like, it's passable. It's better than Cars 2. It's one of those things where forget Cars 2 ever existed and go Cars 1, Cars 3, and it's fine series. It's not a trilogy. It's like, it's not. I wouldn't consider it a trilogy. I consider it like a. Anyway. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, it was like a 2011. Isn't this the one with like. They made a movie and then they make a movie like in 2015 or something? You know about the Muppets movies, which are awful. No thanks. Those new ones with what's his name from the guy from How I Met Your Mother. Um what's that guy's name? That guy's name is from How I Met Your Mother. His character is Jason Segel. Okay. Jason Segel. Not here. There you go. Jason Segel. How I Met Your Mother. His character's name was what? Character name was. What was his name? Where is he? Marshall. That's it. Terrible movie. He's good in that, I have to say. In How I Met Your Mother. I love How I Met Your Mother. John Carter. Chimpanzees. Yeah, see, it's another Disney nature thing. Brave. It was a weird movie. I didn't hate it, but it's bizarre. The Odd Life of Timothy Green. Oh yeah, that's the movie with The Odd Life of Timothy Green. That's the movie with it's about like the kid in like the garden or something. I think there was a second movie called like The Kid in the Garden or something. Frankenweenie, great movie. Never seen it, but people say it's great. Wreck-It Ralph, amazing movie. Oz the Great and Powerful. Never seen it. People said it was weird. Wings of Life. Wings of Life. Oh, Butterflies. Monsters University. People say didn't need to exist. Really, really didn't need to exist. Lone Ranger. People try and forget that movie. Disney's like, yeah, no, yeah, it doesn't really exist. No, no. They made Lego of that. I remember that. My friend saw it and he loved it, or liked it at least. Plane. Oh my gosh, Planes was trying to be Cars, but nobody needed, or cared for that movie at all. Frozen. People never stop talking about that movie. Saving Mr. Banks. I've seen that movie. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, amazing. Then there's the second Muppets movie. Muppets Most Wanted. Because there's a second Muppet who's, like, evil. He's an evil Kermit or something. And there's Bears, which is another Disney documentary. And there's Million Dollar Arm, Maleficent. My friend saw Maleficent, said it was great, said it was good. Planes, Fire and Rescue. Again, they're like, this really didn't need to exist. The whole series of planes didn't need to exist. It's just a stupid, weird, whatever. Nobber. Okay, don't even ask me to pronounce that. Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Apparently, it was a book series or a book. Anyway, of course, sort of like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid and that kind of esque thing, where like nothing goes right for him. He just, but okay, I'm gonna be honest here. When they rebooted or they're trying to reboot. I'm sure they're gonna put more movies, but they're rebooting. I think it's a reboot anyway. They made a new movie of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Hate the new actor for the Diary of a Wimpy Kid for Greg and for Rowley. Well, for everybody. Greg and for Roderick. Because it's so classic. It's so iconic. Every kid's gonna remember him as like, that's the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. The first 3. Which, they actually skipped one, but anyway. Because they go, they go Diary of a Wimpy Kid, then Roderick Rules, and then Dog Days. Then there's one in between, which I think is, it's either Hard Times or something. Hard Luck, or one of those ones. Or the one where he falls in love. I don't know. Or where Rowley falls in love. Big Hero 6. That came out in 2014. I thought it came out way. No, actually, that seems about right. Into the Woods. Apparently a good movie too. My friend saw that one too. Yeah, fine. McFarlane's USA. Don't know. Oh, the remake of Cinderella. Right. Because they made a remake of Cinderella, and they made a remake of Sleeping Beauty. No, sorry, not Sleeping Beauty. Snow White. So, Monkey Kingdom, Tomorrowland. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Tomorrowland. Inside Out. Fine. ABCD2. The Good Dinosaur. People say that it's not as good a movie as it could have been. Finest Hours. Zootopia is really good. Like, really good. Like, and it's not a Pixar movie. It's a Walt Disney Animation Studios movie. So it's a Disney movie. Oh, what a great movie. So was, I think, Frozen. I'm thinking, let me go back to Frozen. Frozen was 2013, apparently. Yeah, Frozen. I thought it came out in 2014. It's a Walt Disney Animation. So where was I? Then there's a Jungle Book, which I made a new one of those, and people said it was weird because it was very like dark and weird. Alice Through the Looking Glass. People didn't like it. It was made by Tim Burton. They didn't like it. Nope, they didn't like it. They were like, it's too gritty and too. Then Finding Dory, which is a fine movie. It's just not anything great, anything to write home about. It was fine. And then there's the BFG, and people say it's okay because I read the book and I went, the book's fine. There's another Pete's Dragon movie. What? Okay. Queen of Katwe. And you've got Moana. Never loved Moana. Growing Up Wild. Dangal. L'Empereur. Emperor Penguins, I guess. March of the Penguins. Oh, there's like a March of the Penguins. Okay. Beauty and the Beast, the new remake. With Emma Watson. Yes. Born in China. Panda movie. Okay. And then you've got Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. My friend saw it, said it was awful. He said it was awful. Cars 3, it's fine, I guess. Ghost of the Mountain, Jaga, Jesus, Coco. Apparently it's a really good movie. Coco? People say Coco's great. A Wrinkle in Time. Oh, that's the one with yeah, it is the one with Whoopi not Whoopi Goldberg. Oprah. Oprah Winfrey. What other ones? Then there's Incredibles 2. People say it's amazing. Christopher Robin. That's the movie I'm thinking of with Ewan McGregor. Where's the one? Did they make one recently? Like before that? Or sorry, earlier than that? Nutcracker and the Realms that came out in 2018. Apparently it was a great movie, but I don't know. Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Better than the first one. Way better than the first one. Just because for some reason I just don't love it. And then there's Mary Poppins Returns. It's fine, I guess. And then there's Dumbo. and then there's feature releases. I'm not gonna. Oh, good. Okay, no, that's it. So yeah, I think I love how I did this all to continue talking, but really all I did was talk about this. So hey, because I'm talking about the Disney streaming service, and all I talked about was this one. So I think that's it though, guys, for now. So adios, muchachos.